Good morning, Royie.
Good morning, Eli. How are you?
I'm fine. How was your way from Haifa today morning?
Oh, it was good. Better than usual. But how was your way from the south?
Also good. We are in a holiday period and therefore it's much better.
Indeed. I agree.
Good. I'm happy to be here today to speak with you about India.
Yeah, in general, we never get a chance to shoot the breeze, talk about what we did, and, I don't know if you enjoy the accomplishment, but really analyze what we did rather than thinking what you're going to do tomorrow.
Well, I must say that this is a big story of vision because, all of us, we are in a process of changing from commodity to specialty. But this is a real story of changing from commodity to specialty. And I'm happy that you're here because you were one of the main, let's say, people or thinker about this project.
Yeah, actually, I think our roads are really entwined together in this specific project. So back in the day when we did together this development, I was, reporting to you under the org structure about the development in India. And now basically I manage one of the portfolios that sell a lot of products to India, and you manage India among others. So I think it coexists very nicely.
I totally agree. But maybe we have to speak here about Goto Market because this is the main change. We moved from a simple B2B to a much complicated B2C. And maybe you will share with us what was the idea after that.
Yeah, you mentioned the vision. Now I must tell you, in my first sales position in ICL, I was selling MAP, MKP, other products.
Straights. Regular straights.
Indeed.
B2B.
And I was going to India and there was a launch of new products. And back then, it's launched with a press conference. And one of the journalists asked me, how are you going to improve the farmer life in India? And I think this basically stays with you in general and follows you to the vision that we are discussing together.
I remember those days. We were really beginners, and we thought how we are going to attack this market. And the market of India is very complicated. And we, as you said, we were only in straights, B2B, and the vision was to go and speak with the farmers, which we didn't do until then.
This is a great point. I remember, you say speak with the farmer. I remember going to India with a projector, traveling around to farms, to farmers, and actually doing blueprinting with an Indian farmer. Some of them were not great in English, so we had translation from Hindu to English, and we really found the unmet needs of this great nation, actually, to understand what we need to do in order to promote our strategy in India, and this is, I think, what we can discuss.
Okay, so maybe we will speak a little bit by points about the Goto Market itself.
Yeah.
We are speaking here about a market, huge market, which unfortunately yet it's actually only in few, let's say, regions in India that we have fertigation, and we are in the fertigation business. So starting in Maharashtra, and Maharashtra is a very big place, and then going to point after point. So what was the idea? How to do it? Okay, you have a big market. How you are doing it?
Yeah. So we can go point by point. So in general, first we defined, all right, so is the fertigation growing in India? So we know that India is a market of commodities. There's a lot of commodities, they have subsidy for commodities. But now we analyze the fertility of the soil. Understand, hey, is this fertilization by only commodities good enough, or does the local government want to promote other practices? And we saw that drip irrigation is one of the practices. Secondly, we check affordability of the farmer based on certain crops. Let's focus on certain crops, maybe that go to export, maybe that farmer gets more money for them. We look at the labor cost in India, which surprisingly so are increasing, like all over the world, so they need to find better practices. And of course, we look at sustainability, sustainable solutions. So basically, we define, and we'll talk about it, I think, in this podcast, we define the crops, we define the go-to
And
market.
this is the big change. Defining the crops and going to a specific crop. What was really surprising for me, we are speaking about grapes. grapes that are going for export
Amazing.
to the nearby countries, and the farmer that used to grow for himself and for the family is now exporting and is getting maybe double or triple the price that he can achieve in India. And this is the big change.
Of course, it's a huge change. And when you go around the world and you see, huge co-ops, huge hectares going around the world of grapes or whatever, then you go to India, you see a few hectares, maybe 1 hectare, small farm.
Family farm.
Family farm.
It's a family farm. It's small. I think this was the challenge. Why? If you remember when we started, we said how we are going to touch those very small farmers.
Yeah.
And I think the solution of bringing in the field agronomists, those agronomists that just now finished university and they are in their first job, and each one of them were responsible or still responsible for a very small area, and this is in order to touch everybody. Of
Exactly.
course, we cannot touch all India, but the main one.
And in many cases, these specific field agronomists really live in this area. So they know the people. They know who is the big dealer in this region that is really the advice to the farmer. You need to go to him, you need to work with him, and basically promote your product. And actually, these small farmers in India, they're really looking for innovation. They're not just looking for, you say, hey, a small farmer, family farm.
So let's speak about it. And I must tell you something from life. Before going to innovation, I visited more than once the farmers in the area, and you are going to his house because he's living here and the field is here, very close to it. So you cannot really understand where is the land? Oh, this is the land. Anyhow, he was a tomato grower, and he told me in a very difficult English, we are selling to him Pecacid. Okay, so he told me, my dear, this is the best material I ever had. I'm getting 40% productivity. Now for a small farmer like this, the guy, I still remember him, 40% productivity, it's huge achievement.
Of course.
So he have 40% more to sell in the market or to go out of India. And this is amazing. It's really amazing.
This is what we always say. ICL is feeding the world. So you give 40% more productivity, you actually feed the world, you help the farmer in India, you help the world, and also you help ICL along the way. We are a commercial company, it's okay.
Absolutely. And maybe we have to speak a little bit about innovation. I think that at the beginning, the innovative initiative that we did is putting in the market new products, which we continue to do, of course, all the time. But I think the step that we did with the leaves test in the lab, this is something different. I can say that at the moment, as the manager of this business, I don't see still the contribution in terms of quantities, but this is a long run, and we are a long runner. And I'm sure that we will get the contribution in the future.
Of course.
Can you speak a little bit about it?
Yeah, I will speak, I think maybe even going one step back to say, Eli, look where we are today. You talk about innovation. Every day I get a note, a phone call, a message, and also you from the local team, and we'll talk about the structure in a second, how we build the team there, to basically tell me, okay, Roy, bring me a new product. Do this new formulation. Historically, what we had there, Eli? We had a few people, as you said, selling straight B2B. Of course, there was a commodity division. And,
Which is still there.
Of course. And we pushed very hard new products. Come on, take this, add a bit of calcium to your NPK, do something a bit different. This will be great for grapes. This will be good for banana. This will be good for onion and tomato. And basically now, it's the other way around. We are not keeping up with the demand of the team.
I think you're totally right. And again, let's speak about the difference between what we are doing in other places and what we are doing in India, because I think that this is the most interesting. Now, out of our team, which is today, I will not say the number, but it will be around 80. Out of it, I can say that half are salespersons, sales managers that are selling the product, but another half is doing the marketing and the agronomy and the development of new product and pushing our farmers to use ICL material. And this team is without the junior agronomist, not junior, without the field agronomist. And in this aspect, we have more than 100 field agronomists that are running and in the field and pushing for our material. And this is the main change. We are investing in marketing, we're investing in agronomy, we're investing in educating end users to use specialty fertilizer products.
And this was exactly the vision. So how a market strategy transformed from a vision to what we have today and actually keep growing. So as you said, we had people. We have more people going directly to the farmer. We have agronomy. We have the best practice handbook that we give up to the farmers in India to understand how to fertilize in the best way. We focus on a specific crop. We do more innovation also in terms of digital tools. So you said leaf analysis. We also have some software there that we try to record our farmer visits and whatnot. So actually from a vision that we're going to be close to the farmer, we're going to be closer to a B2C model, we're actually there now and only growing. Currently, as opposed to believing it will get there, now we need to manage all the supply to India to make sure that we meet the demand.
Yes, this is another challenge. But maybe we have to speak a little bit about numbers, okay? I'm sure you don't know. The one of the main, ways of going to the farmer is by webcast, by webbing, okay? By speaking with them online.
Yeah.
You know how many participants are coming to our webbing?
You know what? It's a good question. I will guess.
Okay.
500.
You are laughing at me. We are speaking about 10,000 in each one. So 10,000 potential customers, potential users of our material is coming to hear us, to hear the agronomists speaking about the material and speaking about the advantages of using this material. It's amazing. It's amazing.
If you really do and promote your vision as you see it, how close you can get to the farmer. And you tell 10,000 people listening to an agronomy expert talking about not only ICL products, about the specific crop, and then how our products fit in. This is amazing. And actually the adoption of, let's say, digital tools in India is even a bit surprising.
Yes, you're right. And this is it's very common in India, by the way. The adoption of digital is very, very developed in India. And therefore, it's maybe easier for us, to spread the vision or to spread the advantages of our material. If we want to close this discussion, we have again to speak about numbers. When we had the vision and we dreamed about it, we said we will do $100 million in India. Okay, so we are in the way to that.
Whenever I work with our plants, every time they ask me, is the number in India correct? I think you doubled the figure compared to last year. I think you missed a zero. And actually, it is the case. And I always tell them with a smile, look, guys, it's not a mistake. It's a strategy. It's the way that we build the organization. It's the people on the ground. It's the focus that we have there to actually bring this into fruition. And it's amazing to see that. And for me, it's one of the main markets of focus.
What is the next target? Okay, India is there, and we will continue to grow this market. What is the next target?
In India or globally?
No, globally.
So in general, we know that basically China is very big for us, and India is very big for us, and we keep focusing there. I think there are more markets in the East, like Vietnam, for example, that can grow in terms of...
in the same model, the same Goto Market, or...
It depends. There, I don't think it'll be one-to-one like we do in India, but it can relate a lot to cooperation with drip irrigation companies that work there and grow their products. Secondly, I think we have a way to go in Europe. Europe is kind of stagnated, and we need to basically refresh a bit. And US is a great potential.
USA, I totally agree with you. This is the potential is huge, and I think that we will not be able to use the same go-to market. We will have to think about something else, but this is a place which I totally believe we can grow and we can do the same miracle that we are doing today in India.
And it brings you more confidence after you saw the miracle happen, that now it's not a miracle. It's basically a way of work.
Yes.
And if you do it correctly, it will happen. So if we would have sat here, like, I don't know, 5 years ago, and you would ask me, China is great. What is next? I would say India. And who would have thought we sit here now and we see the numbers in India, and we say, you know what? The dream came true.
Good, Roy. I really enjoyed this discussion, and let's continue to dream about the next steps.
Indeed. Thank you very much, Eli.
Thank you.